Hello, 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 and welcome, my Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your path of true love for February 2020, though timeless. If you want to, whenever you see it, I'm your reader. Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive. Very happy to be here. If you're new to the channel, please do like and subscribe. You will not regret it, because I am having a field day doing these readings. We're doing a Path of True Love reading, very, very fun for me. So let's get down to business. As someone who's walking the path of true love, so many are. Keep in mind first, this is a general reading, right? I do Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for anything relationship-based. Just I have a background in astrology, so I can't not. I'll get to the Mercury retrograde readings, but let's get the Path of True Loves out first. So I will certainly be doing Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury signs for the retrograde coming, but like I said, we'll get there. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You can't please all the people all the time, particularly hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, right, in the zodiacal collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, let's just throw in Venus. Just literally watch the number of people expand. So all I can do as a reader is get the themes, right? So may it serve. That's all I can do. I bless the decks beforehand. May it serve. May my pantheons work through me and through these decks as channels of guidance and grace for the well-being of all. What else can I do? I just got to let her rip, right? Cool, cool. So that being said, this is a Path of True Love reading. The Path of True Love is your spiritual path, your healing path, your hero's journey seen through the lens of your relationship. Some of us are just drawn to it that way. Like, I'm not on the warrior's path this life. Like, martial arts is cool to watch, and you know, I like my yoga, my Tai Chi, but that's like not really martial arts. So this is some of us just incarnated this time around with contracts to do our growth and evolution through relationships of all different kinds. The great thing about the Path of True Love reads is it's about you, right? It's clarity for you. It doesn't matter who else you're in relationship with. This is about what are you learning, or if you like, where am I on the path of true love? And that's why we are going to use good old-fashioned Celtic Cross. Now, I did a video last night. This Celtic Cross, it's 10 positions, right? And we're going to do way more than 10 cards. Actually, we're doing 22 cards in total in this spread. I use it so often with my my clients, my private clients, video chat or face-to-face. So I did a video explaining it because everybody does it differently. Like, everybody puts the first 2 cards down, but then where the third one goes depends. Like, I've seen it go sort of all over the place. So there's a link in the description box below about that, clarifying how I read it so I don't have to explain it every single time, because that's what makes the videos longer than they need to be. But you have to do a preamble. You just have to talk to people before you actually do the reading. Otherwise, people don't know who you are and what you mean sometimes, right? So, doing the best I can. That said, the last thing I ask of you, I ask in every reading, please breathe. Please breathe. Be consciously aware of your breathing. I'm going to do the same. Keeps us in the present moment, keeps us tapped into the divine, in the still point of the now. Like right there, I just call it ringing the silent bell now. It's like, oh, and then the energy flows through me. So if you're doing the same, it's the same divinity, right? It's the same divine energy in the now, right? So it's going to tune you to this reading in a way where intuitively you'll get the pieces of guidance of grace, whatever percentage that is, for these readings as you need. Cool, cool. Let's dive in. Let's do this. I'm excited to do this. Yay. Now, I'm not going to be pulling these one card at a time. I'm going to be going to say top 10 cards, Celtic Cross. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to clarify with 10 cards from this is Daughters of the Moon Tarot, voice of both gods and goddesses this time. We're going to use the Healing Oracle, Healing with the Angels Oracle, Doreen Virtue, to layer on top of them. So we'll get these down first, then I'll put those down. So it's sort of like going through the reading twice, but it'll go fast. Then one card from the Higher Selves of All Involved, the Whispers of Love, and then from the Ascended Masters of True Love, there are specific, almost like a, sort of like in a law firm. Like, they specialize, the Ascended Masters of True Love. We're going to look at the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. Cool, cool. 22 in total. Let's dive in. Nice, deep breath. Here we go. First one. Still point. My gods. Oh, my gods, my gods, my gods. Please, top 10 cards, Celtic Cross. For this Aries collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Where are they on the path of true love for February 2020? Celtic Cross, top 10 cards, Aries collective, February 2020. Where are they on the path of true love? All right. Cut in 3 and off we go. Maiden, woo, Mother, Crone. That one definitely wanted to jump. Okie dokie. Now all I'm going to do, so I don't, I'm so used to pulling cards and shuffling, I'm putting them down so that I literally have to take them one at a time. Cool, cool. The first card down is the cover. Represents the person I'm reading, in this case you. What we got? The Leo card. Now when we're starting out the gate with Celtic Cross, this represents you. Now, if you are Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, but you have Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever, then certainly that's going to be like a jolt. That means this reading is probably for you for sure. But if you have no placement in Leo whatsoever, no planets anywhere near it, just an empty house, right? I have that for Gemini, a bunch of signs I do. Then it really says that where you are right now is in a place of 5th house, creativity, sexuality, good fortune. What I love about this deck, Chantico, it gives you from all around the world different goddesses, right? Divine feminine images of, she's taking essentially corn cakes, corn bread, and baking it, right? It's the creativity of putting together all of the different elements, but then putting it in the fixed fire, Leo, of an oven to let it bake, to let it do its thing. So just like a cat, I mean, my last name is Lyons. I'm Leo rising, duh. But like my boys right now, there's a storm outside, but every now and again the sun will come in and they'll like go to that window just so that they can like just bake in the sun. They're black cats, right? So even though it's a stormy, very windy day, like right now, the sun's coming through. And it's funny, they kind of go from window to window. So it's that thing of enjoyment and pleasure too. So on the path of true love, I mean, I know I'm reading thousands of people here, but it's like this feels like, no, I'm good, I'm creative, my sexuality's flowing, my creativity is flowing, they're the same thing. Creativity and sexuality are the same frickin' energy. Look at the language of art and the language of pregnancy. Conception, you conceive, you gestate, you labor, you give birth to it, and it takes on a life of its own, right? As a producer, as an artist here, I can tell you, I get that that vibe as a Leo rising, right? So whatever it is that's going on for you right now, there's some creative input from you. Feel that out. Now we're going to clarify that with an angel card second round, right? So that's you. What's the cross? What's the environment that you're in? The cover meets the cross. 6 of Blades. Now in this, this card has no reverse. The 6 of Blades, the word written on it is manipulation, but understand it's an air card. So where you are right now is in a place of mental manipulation, and because it has no reverse, you really can't tell whether it's for good or ill, what they say, wheel or woe, right? Good stuff or bad stuff, light or shadow, lead or gold. But mental manipulation is meditation. It's psychology. It's therapy. It's communication. It's, there's a lot going on that. And considering that you are an Aries dealing with your own sort of creativity, right, your sexuality, there could be some mental manipulation going on in all sorts of different ways there. So again, I'm going to leave that there. I really want to see what the Celtic Cross says with the tarot before I start clarifying, because it won't take me long to clarify this. We're taking a little journey. What's at the core? What's going on in the deep subconscious, the unconscious, even the soul of who you are? The stuff you know deep down in your core, but you may not know up here. Fuck. We've got the Death card, the card of the Phoenix, transformation. So whether you are transforming inside and don't know it, which, hello, happens all the time, right? You think you're having a bad day. You are releasing things from your cell tissue that goes back in your ancestry to fucking Adam and Eve, right? So you have no idea. We have no idea what's going on in the unconscious. I mean, the subconscious, be a little aware, but the unconscious stuff, your soul is absolutely initiating a transformation. I love the image. This is a Matt Kahn thing. He said, I laughed so hard. It's like and I'm paraphrasing like crazy, that the cookie dough wants to be the cookie, but to endure the process of being in the oven. It's like, this sucks. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to transform anymore. Fuck this. Fuck this. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let me go back. And the oven's like, I only respond to cookies. And then once it dings, right, and they come out, they're like, oh my God, look at me. This is fabulous. Ooh, my chocolate chips are so gooey, but oh, I am so crispy golden brown, right? Nothing like a good cookie. I do prefer cookies. Just saying, because you can eat them like Frisbees if necessary. So we got that death card going on inside of you. Yeah, you may be in a deep roast right now and not be aware of it. So going back again to this Leo thing, you have your creativity and your good fortune. Work this, but there might be a necessity for you to look at this differently, right? The word that always comes to me with this card is spin, which we think of political spin, right? But how you take the narrative of your life and manipulate that as you need it. Like even doing affirmations, prayers, and meditation. It's a form of manipulation, right? Work a mantra. It's the Six of Blades, right? And in the Rider-Waite Tarot, you know, the classic image of the guy in the gondola, right? Going from choppy waters to smooth. Six of Swords. So let's see, where have you been? What's behind you? What's in your behind? Well, Four of Cups, right? Sorrow in this deck, which for me doesn't always mean sorrow. Again, if someone's sitting across from me, as soon as I touch the card, I can feel what emotion, even if it's past, is residual in their energy field that it would pop up in a reading. Such an empath, it's ridiculous. But this is really the one. It's like, don't remember, not every cup is spilt, but it's in the past. So emotional release of some kind. Now, leading you into this place, right, of where you are now, this card and this card are well, they're not as linked so much as the 4 and the 2, because this is the past. This is the present environment. So maybe your eyes have become clear and now you're seeing things clearly. The great thing about, well, the word on the card is sorrow, but that's sort of emotional release, because I've had that emotional release in what's called a super state, where opposite ends of the emotional spectrum, if you will, going a little Abraham Hicks there, collide, and you experience them both in the same moment, sort of like depression, joy. I've had that, right? Or those tears of love and tears of joy and tears of the divine that you feel your heart breaking and it hurts, and yet it's the ecstasy and bliss of the divine. Oh, please, I'm such a mystic. It's ridiculous, right? So clears the eyes. Those tears kind of wash things clean, so that could very much be with that card of manipulation there, going from there and saying that your creativity is part of it, right? It's not like it's just happening to you. That might very much be your thing. You might be saying with this Leo card, all right, let me back off from the world for a little bit. There is something going on inside of me. Let me go within. Let me think about this. Let me contemplate. And come on, Aries' first house. It's about the personality, the ego, the sense of self. So why self-reflection is part of that. And I love Aries people in general. I mean, once they start evolving, because we're all that. I mean, pick a sign. They're horrible when they're unevolved. It's just how we are when we're lead than gold. But they really do get that. Like, okay, let me take care of me, and then let me give to the world, right? Like a little baby, the first sign of the zodiac. I'm just going to put that there. Like a little baby, when they're happy and fed, and they're just delightful. But if their needs are not met, not fun. Dated a bunch. Interesting, the crown, what's coming into being, sort of the immediate future or the next step. We're looking at analysis, the 2 of blades. Now, in this deck, it's 2 fencers, as you can see. So it's a lot of thinking, and yes, there are moves being made, but it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Is it moving forward? Is it evolving back and forth up to the people, right? Is this an all-out mental war going on? Usually that's not a two of blades. That analysis is usually about gathering information, looking at things from different sides, but also projecting into the future, like fencing, like chess, like any game of strategy, sport, or board, right? Where you're thinking, okay, well, if I do this and they do that, then I do this, but if I do this and they do this, I do that. Not really good for sanity, but certainly in play with mental manipulation. So maybe going from the 6 to a 2 in this ramps it down a little bit, or maybe you just come into that phase where there's a need for gathering more information before a decision gets made. Could be. 6th position, what's before you? Not what happened before, what is before you on the path. And we have another air card, and I love this one. Now, 3 of Blades. 3 of Blades. Oh no, not 3 of Blades. Or heartbreak. No, I of course everybody interprets the 3 of Blades in the Rider Waite. You know, the heart with the 3 swords stabbing at his heartbreak. However, if you look at the card, it's not actually broken, right? There's not even any crack lines in it. So to me, this card, Focus. Thank you, Fiona Morgan, Daughters of the Moon Tarot. It is. It's about focus, right? Hence the 3 swords of air penetrating the heart. Otherwise, wouldn't heartbreak be more like this? Water card? Just saying. Hey, it's art. Everybody's going to read the way they're going to read. But I'm a Virgo. I've analyzed this shit for myself, right? It's just how it goes. And we're all supposed to grow and evolve in our interpretations anyway. That's called evolution. But then we're going here into what's before you with a focus. If perhaps that is meditation. So even going, because the 2nd card and the 6th card, the even numbers, go watch the How I Read Celtic Cross. The odds and the evens in the first 6 cards are all interrelated. So what we've got here is the past of, yes, emotional release of some kind, perhaps even sorrow. Where you are right now is a place of mental manipulation, right? Whether that's therapy, talking it out, prayer, meditation, but then comes a deeper focus, past, present, future. But where you are on the inner, you're going through, whether you know it or not, some sort of internal transformation that's actually can be done in a pleasurable, lucky, or at least creative way. And I do feel like with all this mental stuff, there's mental creativity. Remember, Aries is ruled by the head, though an air sign. And what's coming into being, the crowning card, what's crowning this, is this gathering of information and analysis. Cool. I love reading them this way. I love the Celtic Cross. And when I have a client, I will pull every card I got back. There are other decks to clarify it, but you just can't do that in a YouTube video and have it be under an hour, right? Now, I've seen some readings that go on and on and on, and blessed be. I just have actual clients, like face-to-face, I gotta get to. You know what I mean? Spiritual counseling, too. All right, 7th position, the lesson. Interesting to go from a 3 of Blades in the 6th position to the lesson, a nice transition. 3 of Flames, 3 of Wands, loyalty. Literally says it on the card, loyalty. Look to your honor code. Look to your solar plexus. What are your boundaries? Are your boundaries being crossed? Were your boundaries crossed? Sorry, I had these cards in the wrong order. Were these boundaries crossed? And so now you have to sort of do the mental manipulation of reassessing your boundaries, or, because it's so strong element of fire, and we're talking to Aries here, what it is that you want, right? Like, here's my order of loyalty. The divine first. God's first. I don't even open my eyes without prayer anymore. And sometimes they're like, close your eyes, pray, meditate, and 10, 15, 20, sometimes an hour, I'll be there in prayer and meditation before my feet even hit the floor. God first. Then me, right? I brush my teeth, I get my coffee, I get myself together. Friends and family, I text my mom, I text God first, then me, then friends and family, then work. Because then I'm ready, right? But that took years to figure out, and thankfully the work of Ian Van Zandt, In the Meantime, is the name of the book that I got that from. Blessed be Ian Van Zandt. I'm an eclectic witch. I will pull from wisdom wherever I can find it. So the lesson here, there's a loyalty lesson. There's a loyalty lesson now with the sorrow in that past position, sorrow in your behind, where you may very well be like, well, where was the loyalty in this? This is a loyalty lesson. Ultimately, my loyalty is to me. This is a path of true love read. So this is about my loyalty has to be about loving myself, loving the child of my heart, protecting my innocence, reassessing who I have given my loyalty to. Now, is there anything extremely screaming here about romance? No. I mean, this card could be triggered by any life circumstance, usually loss, right? Well, what are the 4 ego wounds? Abuse, neglect, codependence, or loss, right? That's usually what makes us cry one way or the other, or at least have an emotional release, unless this is a divine sort of epiphany deal. But certainly I would say really take the time here, right? As long as you're gathering information, really, really take the time to learn the lessons of loyalty. Like, find out what that means to you. Loyalty means different things to different people. From the outside looking in, the 8th position, which I find helpful in the sense that we can't see ourselves, right? But also, people project onto us. So how people see us may have nothing to do with how we actually are, right? Just because somebody accuses you of something doesn't mean something was done, right? You learn that the hard way. Well, like I said, I'm a Leo rising spiritual teacher. You know, you put yourself in any kind of spotlight, people are going to project shit onto you. That's just psychology 101. So keep that in mind. You have to feel how this one resonates in your energy field and in your body, how the world sees you from the outside looking in horizontally. Ma'at, the Justice card. Okay, so we are looking at fair, balanced, perhaps even loyal, perhaps because this is how they see you. Yes, maybe you're going through a rebalancing in your life. Everybody wants to bring karma into the Justice card, and I get it, right? Different balance than with the card of Temperance. But here we are looking at something about universal law, something about divine law, something about, yes, justice, but about the heart. Look up Ma'at, M-A-A-T, the myth of Ma'at, Egyptian goddess of justice, and essentially the one who sees where you go in the underworld. If you go to the underworld, the Egyptian Book of the Dead translations are varied. I could have been a comparative religion scholar, but something is being weighed here, right? Or maybe it looks like you're weighing something, and maybe with everything going on in the microcosm, these first 6 cards, there is a bit of deliberation. We literally have the card of analysis. Which can be that there is a weighing, W-E-I-G-H-I-N-G, weighing what's going on here, what's just, what's fair, and is my heart as light as, is it ostrich feather? I think it's an ostrich feather, right? Is my heart light? Because that's what Ma'at puts on the balance. So even the balance of the head and the heart. Yeah, she uses a feather. That makes sense. It's the element of air in the heart. One would think the element of water. Just saying. From the outside looking in, justice. Let's see what goes. Destiny. Not your fate, your destiny. Again, go watch the clarifying video. This is where you are on the hero's journey of alchemizing your lead to gold, your fate to destiny on the path of true love. Oh, excellent. 10 of Pentacles. You have the support you need right now. Now, this is not saying your destiny is the 10 of Pentacles, right? That'd be lovely. But can a tarot card do that? Are the gods going to reveal what your ultimate destiny is in any situation through a system of divination? Usually they just give cheat codes. Usually they just give a clue, a tip, a hint. Really, that's all I've ever gotten from tarot is a clue, a tip, a hint. Right? The specifics we have to draw from life experience itself. So to have the 10 of Pentacles, it's not just, and I'm feeling this big time, you have people, you have support, you have tribal support, people that you can talk to, that you can lean on, that you can share with. But there is also a sense of great, well, you know what? Thank you very much. Tribal love is part of the path of true love, too. I'm just not particularly tribal, right? So, you know, like, I love my mom, and I love my stepfather, Hera and Zeus, as I call them. But, you know, I've got the orphan archetype in the sense that I stick out in my tribe. I'm the only gay male in the family ever. So it said, who knows, right? No, let alone witch. Pretty sure I'm the only witch in the family, so, you know, a little tricky at Christmas time. But I love my family. I mean, the sense of humor alone was worth incarnating into them. So that That's where you are right now. That's where you are in the macrocosm on the hero's journey. The Ten of Pentacles, you're doing good. You're doing good. You've at least got all the physical sustenance and stability that you need, keeping in mind that the 10 will become the ace, right? You will get the Ace of Pentacles symbolically some way in your life. That's how all of the elements in the major arcana roll. It's all a cycle. What's your outcome? By the way, before I lay this down, the 6th position and the 10th position are linked in that they are mutable, they are changeable, they are variable unless they're really written into the divine plan. But there's usually some free will there, according to the previous cards, to show you if you don't like it, you go into prayer, you ask for help, right? So what's your 10th position? Interesting. 2 of Flames. So remember, this is just for a month. February is the shortest month, even though we're leap yearing this time. Or timeless, whenever you're supposed to see this for sure. But that you've got the 2 of Blades in your crown, right? So sort of like coming in, the signal coming in, haven't really acted on it yet, might still be orbiting. That's a good way to look at the crown. The position of the crown. But with this 2 of Flames, again, it's that thing of juggling fire. It's taking this creativity of this Leo energy that you are right now, although you are an Aries, and now it's not just about gathering information. It's about, now, do I want to do that, or do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? Do I want to bail? Do I want to run, fight, or flight? Really, really good example. Not saying that's what it is, but it can be like, well, I want to be friends, but I also want to jump your bones. How do I balance that? Maybe it's not an either or, it's a both and, which is why we're not done. Really lovely. Really, really, really lovely. Let's get the angels here. Nice deep breath. Still point. The angel said, you really don't breathe as much as when you just pull one from each deck. That's true. I become like a machine gun. That's why I gotta remember to breathe. So please breathe with me, my Aries. Still point. There you are, my angels, please. Top 10 cards, top 10 cards. For this Aries collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign. Where are they on the path of true love for February 2020 or timeless? You see the cards that the gods have placed upon the table. Please clarify. 1 through 10, Celtic cross. For the well-being of all my angels. Butterfly cut in 3. Maiden, mother, crone. Because I should say cherubim, seraphim, throne. I don't know, whatever. Well, that does sort of rhyme, huh? Divine. I'm really not a poet. I'm a wordsmith and a channel, so there you go. All right, so remember, we're starting off with this Leo card, right? So what clarifies that card of Leo for what covers you right now? Listening. Good. So maybe stuff is baking, right? And you are in a place of listening. Now, a listening Leo might very well be I know you're an Aries, but saying that with this placement here as the cover card, it does indicate that there's a listening to creativity, right? A listening to your sexual energy, and also know that you are being heard, that through your creativity, through your prayers, through your search, your intentions, you're allowing the cake, the batter, to become cake, the cookie dough to become a cookie, that you are being heard. Now, we're always being heard. It's been said every prayer has been heard, every prayer has been answered, but rarely in the way we want it or expect it, right? That's just how it goes. I didn't write it that way, but then again, the angels are not an ATM. Neither are the gods, by the way. They're like, learn. Not so much work and suffer, but learn. And do you have to suffer to learn? Second degree. Yeah, you with that the listening of your creativity, and then also that your creativity will be stoked the more you actually listen, not just to what's within, but to what's being said, what's being shared right now, particularly because then we go to the second position, what's the cross, the environment that you're in, one of mental manipulation. And there's your prayer. Here's your sign. We've got answered prayer with manipulation. So look, it may be that from this place of suffering, we'll get there, that war emotional release, let's leave that there for the moment, that from that has come this listening, this creative listening that has brought an answer to a prayer, but the answer to the prayer is often about seeing things differently. In fact, as I say, not every reading, but I do bring it up. I am both a student and a teacher of Course in Miracles, because I don't think you can do just one or the other once you get into that the last part of it, the third book, the Manual for Teachers. You realize everybody's a spiritual teacher, just what you teaching. What are you teaching, by example? That being said, that Course in Miracles says really, and again, wicked paraphrase. I should write a book just called Wicked Paraphrase. That really the prayer for a miracle has helped me see this differently. And what better, or what worse, depending on how you want to look at it, how you want to spin it, than sorrow. For us to really make the prayer, help me see this differently, this hurts so much, help me. And what comes in is that, right, that sometimes it's not a huge manipulation of the mind. I've been saying this since I was in my 20s. It's like sometimes the universe just turns your perception a degree and everything changes on the outside. It's bizarre. It's bizarre, but certainly that can be an answer to your prayer. So excellent. Now, okay, they're also saying chant your chants, right? Say your prayers, do your spells, whatever it is that you do, just know that that the prayer has already been answered. You just might, and really that is saying that the prayer has been answered. It just may not have dropped down into a place where you physically acknowledge it yet. You might have to acknowledge it first in the third eye, crown, and throat. Just saying, right? But because what's going on underneath it all in the core? The death card, the Phoenix transformation crossed by serenity. Okay, serenity now! The angel of serenity, healing with the angel of serenity is very much like, okay, there's shit I can't change, there's shit I can change, and I'm getting that there's a difference, right? That this transformation, I want to say what if, I'll pose it as a question, my angels, but what if everything that's going on the outside is just a reflection of a deep internal transformation of you moving from, well, we can use the examples of maiden, mother, and crone for female, from maiden to mother, mother to crone. Or if you're a male, from son to father, father to sage. Now, I'm not literally a father, but I'm in father, I'm 52, going to be 52 years old. I'm right on that edge of sage. I'm not quite there yet. At least I don't look like one yet. But I will. I'll let my hair grow out. It'll still be purple. Overtone purple for brown. I want them to sponsor me, but I don't think they ever will. I've never contacted them either, except to buy their stuff, so there you go. So that thing, that serenity, work the serenity prayer. If you can, chill out, particularly after a big emotional release. Take the time, the creativity to gather the information that you need, but that this isn't happening to you. This is happening for you. Now, from a fifth dimensional point of view, unity consciousness, everything is happening for us. What? To make us heal, grow, learn, become the best that we can be, and fulfill our role in the divine plan. That's my constant prayer. Pretty much say it in every reading and every blessing that I do. That's just acknowledging that's what we're here to do, right? So may we be in on that, but that there can come a deeper sense of serenity. So maybe after this, and we're clarifying this next, after this sort of emotional release. Now, it's not the 5. The 5 in this deck is the storm. This is about sorrow. Some cups got knocked over, probably loss, but again, can be connected to abuse, neglect, or codependence. And if anybody's like doing you physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual harm, get the fuck out. That's just the rule for me. Contract canceled. I don't care. Twin flame, soulmate, past life, whoever. We're in a different era now. I'm out, right? Do not, that's loving yourself and loving the other person, saying, no, I'm not going to let you abuse me, because that's just going to be something you're going to have to carry, right? So one less thing for you to carry too, sweetheart. I'm out. So let's clarify that sorrow card. What do the angels have to say? Okay, I think I get the serenity card with the death card. Power. Power. What do you do with power? This was a powerful emotional release then. If you weren't aware of it, I can't see how you couldn't, if it's leading to a death transformation from the inside out. You know, that's why the skeletons are often used in the death card. because it is transformation from the bones out. I think that's the first thing I learned about tarot at 12 years old. So a powerful emotional release here with this Four of Cups. This is filling in. This is making a lot more sense why now you would be in this Leo place of now listening, really sort of letting things bake, this manipulation of the mind, which reveals the answer to the prayer, while there is a serenity with this internal death process going on. Very interesting, but now let's look at what's coming, so to speak, the crowning of it all, what's coming in, even in this moment. This reading could be an initiatory thing in the sense of giving you more things to think about, analyze, and gather information. Soulmate. Now you're going to be analyzing soulmates. Now you're going to be analyzing at least soul contracts, or at least the relationships that are represented in them. Now look, there is no twin flame card in this deck, so when the soulmate card comes up, I just take it to mean that there is a soul contract in place. And with this card of analysis, remember I said, like, thinking 2 steps, well, if I do that and he does that and then I do that and she does not, blah, 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 blah. You can stay stuck there, and really with the 2 of flames in your future, see what's good to make the second pass? It's like, oh, yeah. So in terms of soulmate, still a lot of analysis coming in, which if it is serving you, gathering information, right? Don't forget that creativity and good fortune that you might be getting through communications, pieces and bits, but it's all here to help you with this deeper internal transformation. And where does it bring you? 2 of 3 of Blades focus. Now, you're really glad we're not doing, again, Rider-Waite Tarot with this, because anybody would interpret that immediately as heartbreak. But no, it's focus. It is the mind coming to like a laser beam, but still only a 3. You have 1, 2, right, so you have 2 2s and 2 3s in this deck. This is definitely beginning stages of something, right? Well, we've got a 10 there, we've got a 6 there, we've got a 4 there, so it's making its way through, but really where you're coming to as a next step, what's before you on the path, is this mental focus upon, my angels, celebration, at least initial celebration, that whatever this is and going through, it is a stage that will be celebrated, which may indicate that this transformation is going on, yes, within you, but that no one said a spiritual transformation needs to take years. Not every spiritual transformation is Dark Night of the Soul. I am familiar with Dark Night of the Soul. I think I've had 3 of them so far, and they're never just like 12 hours. Oh, if fucking only. A couple have gone on for a year or 2 for me. So I'm still like, am I still in it? They're like, no, you're out of your Dark Night, Mark. So this thing of celebration, a focus on celebration, how often through emotional, traumatic, whatever, or again, a powerful emotional revelation, like I said, a super state, brings you through this creativity, this answer of this, the answered prayer, coming through the manipulation, right? Seeing things perhaps even miraculously so, and then focusing on what is to be celebrated in all of this. Now, again, you could say, well, maybe there's a party. Maybe there is. Maybe there is a social gathering, particularly because right next to it, though, in the staff along the side, 10 of Pentacles, definitely other people, and feeling some very tribal stuff like there in terms of your destiny. So there might be a destined thing going on here that's going to allow you to focus in a way to get you into a more celebratory mood if you have not been, because where you're headed before that, come here, where you're headed before that is more of this soul contract analysis, right? Which can be a little womp-womp. Can be a little womp-womp, right? You think good about it, you feel good about it. Think bad about it, you feel bad about it, back and forth, but those are those 2s, right? Funny though, the 2 of Cups we call attraction. Whatever. Am I not? Right? There's still some of that in there. Let's look at your staff now. Now we've got, the lesson is about loyalty, right? The 3 of Flames, loyalty. So loyalty, give us some clarity on that. Friendship. Remember that soulmates and twin flames can manifest in friendships. Now, can friendships bump up to something else? Yes. My mom is my mom in this life. I call her Hera. We're friends. I had to become an adult and go through my path to understand the hell that she went through while she was raising me. Not that raising me was hell, although it was a fucking handful. I nicknamed myself Mal, Markangelo Lyons, at age 12, which is another word for evil, right? Bad. Hurricane Mal. I was a handful. But no, she went through plenty before I came along, right? So we are friends. We understand, and therefore there is a loyalty there. So there is a loyalty lesson here. Maybe the loyalty is about, hey, I get by with a little help from my friends, whether or not I get high with a little help from my friends. That certainly there's a loyalty lesson there, and I have said it 10 billion times, feels like, in this life. Lovers come and go. I don't know that a lover ever saved my shit. Well, maybe one or two has, but it's always been my friends, right? It's always been my friends that have been there to help me through stuff. That's why I can't say I haven't had soulmates in this life. I have a lot of friends, and the thing is, I'm friends with so many of them on Facebook now, even though we're like hundreds of miles away from each other, and a lot of them have actually joined the Markangelo Lyons Mal for short Facebook group. So go, if you want to meet them, you want to meet me, go there. I posted my prom picture the other night, and some of them remember me from back then, and people are just like, "Oh my God, that's what you looked like." I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of always looked like this." Anyway, I had a full beard. It's my senior year of high school in the 80s. I got to drink a lot, let's just say. Okay, moving along. Loyalty. Got it. Let's look at now from the outside looking in, because this is a mystery card to me. Ma'at, you do not want to screw with. So this is how the world is seeing you, how others are seeing you. Oh, but in terms of divine guidance. That, look, if people aren't literally coming to you for guidance, that you are just and fair and in that way, which is certainly an interpretation of this, then this is really more the thing that they're seeing you kind of weighing spiritual guidance. Like, people always want to give you advice, right? And that's lovely. If it pretty much always comes from a good place, but there's something I've experienced, and I think we all have, the toxicity of the well-meaning, right? People want to give their advice, but it's their fear, their pressure, their pain speaking a lot of the times because they're triggered by what you're going through. So this might be somebody seeing you sort of struggling, weighing, going back and forth between something more of a spiritual, karmic contract, pre-incarnational, reincarnational, past lifey thing, right? Than you just doing, well, you know, if somebody did that to me, I'd tell them to go fuck themselves. I don't care if they were a family member, a lover, or a friend, they're gone. And you're like, yeah, but that's not the guidance that I'm going through. Or maybe they're like, oh, come on, let him get away with it, so what? And you're like, no, bitch, I'm out of here. I am transforming. I am on fire inside. I at least need a break, right? This is path of true love at its best, that where you have to really weigh things out according to what? Your spiritual ethics. What you will and will not do. Your honor code. Check your solar plexus. Go read Anatomy of the Spirit. Carolyn Mays. Read up on the solar plexus. Tell you everything. This will tell you everything you need to know, but not all at once. What does? Right? Your destiny, don't forget, this 10 of Pentacles, which, with this card of celebration in such close proximity in it, in the 6th position, really, really says to me that there is a wealth available to you right now where you are on the hero's journey of the path of true love, right? Through your relationships, that there's lots of resources. So that's why the communication part that I'm seeing in the micro, very, very good thing. But also to know that you have, if this is the friendship and the loyalty thing here in the lesson position, maybe you need to learn who your friends are, right? And how do you learn who your friends are when shit hits the fan? Going back to that powerful emotional release. Now, again, with that death card in the inner, in the core, you may be going through a whole life transformation on the inside that people on the outside might not get. That you might be struggling with something of a more divine guidance nature. So with this 10 of Pentacles as your destiny, where you are in terms of manifesting your destiny on the path of true love, honey, you got it with the guardian angel, which is the higher self. This is saying all that you need, your 10 of Pentacles sense of fulfillment, is in the hands of your higher self, your guardian angel. Now, I've been teaching about the guardian angel is the higher self since 1990, right? I've been doing higher self work and breath work and all this stuff since I was in my early 20s, really, my teens. So, late teens. So, with the guardian angel here, with the divine guidance right underneath it with Ma'at, that you may indeed be in some solitary moments here, Aries, it's a good thing. Your first sign of the zodiac, the number 1. But you are then connecting with the wealth. Yes, I am feeling tribal stuff, no question here for the majority of you. And along with that, this connection to the divine self. Now I'm going to tell you, any inner child work that you can do, do it, because the seeds of the higher self in your body are in the inner child. Or if you like, think of the heart chakra as your inner child, talk to it, establish a relationship with it. Matt Kahn the crap out of that kid. Guardian angel, that you have the guidance. You are being guarded. So if someone has been poof, kicked out of your life, even if it looks like they decided to do it, serenity now. Can't control that. You can go your own way. You can call it another. I just Stevie Nicks you. Almost. Leave them wanting more. Your outcome, remember this 2 of flames. Mahueha, Polynesian volcano goddess. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? This is way more practical. But at the top of the spread in the crown, we've got analysis. So you got these 2 2s. So looking at that, what's the angel? Healing. Excellent. Path of true love. Not do I want to heal this or do I want to heal that, but through your exploration and your sharing, and yes, the support of the guardian angel and friends and family, you're gonna have to feel out which, not what do I want to heal, but do I want to heal it this way or do I want to heal it this way? And the angels are saying you can't choose wrong in that situation. And even going with your gut, you might feel like, hey, whatever it is I'm supposed to do, but I'll do it. That's the thing about an extreme or at least powerful emotional release, that it does sort of leave you in that place of, all right, whatever. That's serenity in a way. Yes, it might feel like apathy, but let's say the seeds of serenity may indeed be an apathy. We're like, all right, I surrender. Do what you got to do. Just show me what you would have me do, where you would have me go, what you would have me say, and to whom, which is also a quote from the Course in Miracles. Just saying. So that healing, that indecisiveness, I don't feel like it's whether or not I'm going to heal, because we're going to heal one way or the other, but do we go willingly or have the shit kicked out of us as we're dragged through the sub-basement of the underworld across salt, glass, and barbed wire? Not that Hades sets it up that way. We set it up ourselves that way. He's a lovely god, by the way. I love him. He was my patron for a year. We got close. That weighing and balancing of the healing, luckily, we have 2 cards left to give you in your Celtic Cross or your Path of True Love read. Whispers of Love Oracle for your higher self, and the Healing Mantra deck, Matt Kahn, for the Masters. Where's the bookie book? There it is. Okay. Nice deep breath. Let's ask your higher self what's going on, considering it's actually featured as the guardian angel. Still point. Breathe. The higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, please. 1 card in clarity, a whisper of love for this Aries collective sun, moon, rising sign. Where are they on the path of true love? Where are they on the path of true love for February 2020 or timeless? The Aries sun, moon, rising Venus signs. Where are they on the path of true love? There we go. I'm getting a little dehydrated. I have the heat on full blast. It's cold out today. The heart of the matter. 3 swords. The heart of the matter. Someone cue Don Henley. There is more going on than meets the eye. Recognize what all of this is about. So maybe you're just finding out now that you're going through a death phase transformation. But remember, in the cycle of the major arcana, it's usually card number 13. It's not the end. It's like halfway through. A little more than halfway through. In math. Don't make me do math, right? So are you trying to get down to the heart of the matter? If you don't know that song, you are so young. Such a great song. Tears. Forgiveness. Even if you don't love me anymore. That's fucking strength, that song. God bless his heart. All right. Last one down. I'm going to read from the bookie book. Healing Mantra deck, Matt Kahn. This will help, right? Particularly you got healing as your last card down. How could this not help? Nice deep breath. Tune to the masters. Still point. My Ascended Masters, please. One card, Healing Mantra, Matt Kahn's deck. You know him. You did the deck with him. Please, for the Aries Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love, what is the perfect healing mantra for them for February 2020, considering this story we have here? But ending in healing, so let's get a healing mantra for them. The Aries Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Feb 2020. Unraveling codependency. I'm like a master to kick you in the third eye. Unraveling codependency. Only I have to feel good about my choices. I've said that to people once I got those wordings. Only I have to feel good about my choices. I've said that to people. I've said that to clients. I said, even if it wasn't for a reading, spiritual counseling, I've said it to friends, you know, only you have to feel good about your choices, right? Only I have to feel good about my choices. Let's look that puppy up. Unraveling codependency. Unraveling codependency, teeny tiny little bit. Only I have to feel good about my choices. When codependency unravels, you are able to move freely in the direction of your heart's desire without needing permission from others. As codependency fades, you are able to honor the emotional reactions of others as crucial stages in their healing journey without taking responsibility for them. So you gotta let go of you made me feel or I made you feel. No. You felt what we feel what we feel. Let's not assign blame. Those cards from the edge. This mantra is ideal for healing family dynamics, and I do feel something very tribal here. Remember, family dynamics can be people you work with too. It's a type of tribe. Cultivating emotional freedom, coming from that place of that Four of Cups, that would make sense. And reclaiming personal power, unraveling codependence. So just, again, I'm going to pop up the picture, magic clap. We are really looking at quite an interesting spread here in overview. The Leo energy at the cover, listening to the creativity, to the sexuality, perhaps even listening to others. In the situation, the cross of manipulation and an answered prayer, that shifting of the mind, perhaps the learning, the balancing, the prayer and meditation, pointing us towards the core of the Phoenix, the death card with serenity, that there's something going on in a deeper level here, sub and unconscious, and absolutely of divine nature in terms of transformation going on here, stemming from what lay before them, or what before you, that Four of Cups, that card of sorrow, with power, if not powerful sorrow, at least powerful emotional shift or release in some way, yet not quite the Five, the turbulence of the Five, which might be why this serenity card is in this third position as well. That it might have been a big emotional release that has left you in a bit more of a serene way, which makes sense. And then moving into the fifth, the crown there, the analysis of soulmate, that definitely there might be some overthinking going on here, but it does go from the 2 to the 3, which we definitely see as a progression that way, though it's a step back from the 6 of blades in the second position, from the from the 5th to the 6th, from the crown to what is before you on the path, that 3 of blades, that focusing, getting to the heart of the matter with celebration, which is certainly indicated in the Whisper of Love card from the higher self. So your microcosm makes total sense, but a lot of mental, a lot of air, a lot of thought. In the lesson card, 3 of flames, loyalty, friendship. So really, perhaps there is a lesson here about loyalty of friends, and that's going to, of course, play itself out differently in the quantum, but that 3 of flames makes sure that your solar plexus, your honor code, your checklist of loyalty, like I said, the divine first, then me, then friends and family, then work. That's how I roll. What works for you? That part of this whole thing is about a loyalty lesson in terms of friendship, maybe even being friendly with yourself. And from the outside looking in with that card of Ma'at with divine guidance, people are kind of seeing you weigh this out. So I'm not feeling so much there is a projection there, but that they get there's something bigger than just this analysis Ace of Blades going on, or that creativity indecision in the Two of Blades and the Two of Flames that we see in this spread. Something way more a place that you are in your life with Ma'at, the Justice card. Moving us into the position of destiny, Ten of Pentacles, where you are on the hero's journey. The Ten of Pentacles with the guardian angel, which is the higher self, really is saying everything that you need is within you and around you and hovering you, but in a spiritual nature for sure. But I can't get away from the feeling that with that friendship cards, that you do have tribal members, family, friends, things like that, for your support, backing you up in terms of a harvest, in terms of relationship seeds that you have sown are bearing fruit for you as well, just maybe more in the friendship zone or the family zone. Ending with this card of Mahueha, a little bit of an indecision, not that you want to heal, although that might be the case. You will get dragged through it one way or the other, or do it in the next life, but more how do I want to heal? Do I want to heal this way? Do I want to heal that way? Bringing us to the overall here from the higher self, the heart of the matter. There's more going on than meets the eye. Recognize what this is all about. Recognize what this is all about. You may not be able to all at once, but that's going to definitely influence the decision making of that Two of Flames in your outcome card of healing. But the healing is sort of indicated here with the mantra card, Unraveling Codependency. I only have to feel good about my choices. So there we have it, my Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. First one out of the gate, and a really good one. You can see why I love the Celtic Cross so much. May the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign be blessed on the path of true love for February 2020, that they may heal, that they may grow, that they may find clarity, that they may weigh this out, that they may receive all that they need and give all that they need to be the very best and the very blessed that they can be, fulfilling their role in the divine plan for the well-being of all. And so it is. Thank you so much for watching. Again, please do like and subscribe. Help me build my channel. I love doing this. And if you'd like to book me, the info is in the description box below. I ain't cheap, but I ain't the most expensive either. I'm a lot of fun. And believe me, I've heard crazy shit. It's really hard to shock me as a reader. Just saying, you're an Aries. Love you all so much. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed as I sign off. Hail. Farewell, and blessed be.